some of my intense mystical experiences. A warm greetings to you. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. My name is Richard. I am a spiritual person who has been practicing certain techniques and studying spirituality and other related subjects over the course of the last 11 years or so, in which I am developing myself spiritually and had created an extraordinary life for myself. In this lifetime, I had experienced numerous intense mystical experiences. And I'm going to share with you some of them that I can recall right now. And then there were other ones too, I'm certain, that were of a lesser degree, were not so intense. I'm going to share with some of the intense mystical experiences that I can now recall. The first one was a long time ago while I was meditating. I was in a deep state of meditation while listening to a song by Led Zeppelin called Kashmir. I didn't feel for a while, I don't know how long it was, I didn't feel my body anymore. It's as if I had an out of body experience. And all that I felt was that I was in an energy field, that I was in energy out in space, and I was in an energy field. I was at one with this energy field, which was warm and soothing and moved slowly throughout space. All sense of time had and space had just disappeared. It was just oneness. I was feeling this intense oneness. I was in energy and in this energy field, and I didn't feel my body. Anything could have happened to my body, and I wouldn't have noticed it. I didn't feel my body anymore, and and then after a while, I don't know how long it was, I felt my body again, and I said to myself, "What was that all about?" I was really wondering, and I was questioning: Is that what happens to us when our body perishes, when we die? We switch our awareness from our physical body and the physical world to whatever's afterwards, the energy field, universal energy field. We switch our awareness when our physical body dies. Is that what happens when we when our life ends? I was really wondering about that. Made me think for a while. Second intense mystical experience that I had was one night I was walking outside and I had this incredible feeling that I felt that all was just one, just oneness with everything, all objects, everything that I was observing. I felt this oneness with it. It was just like a total, complete oneness. The, I just everything was just energy that was manifested in different forms as objects, and I felt this complete oneness with it all. Third mystical experience that I'm sharing, intense mystical experience that I'm sharing with you is one early morning while I was waiting for a bus outside. I had this incredible feeling overcome me. It was an intense feeling that I had. It felt so beautiful. I just was, I was in rapture. It was just pure ecstasy, and it just came naturally. I wasn't even expecting it, and I experienced it for a while, and I was in complete awe, and it was just so beautiful, and nothing. It was like I was totally numb to the world, and nothing could have affected me from the outer world. I was just in this complete, beautiful, pure, ecstatic state. The fourth intense mystical experience is that one night while I was sitting outside smoking a cigarette, I felt something press on my body. It was like an energy, an invisible energy pressing on my body. And I'm like wondering, what is this? What's this all about? Then a few moments later, I went into a complete trance-like state. I was out of it, and it was just so beautiful. I was walking around like I was in a daze, and it was so wonderful. I felt so wonderful, and I was like saying, what happened? What was that all about? What was it that was touching me, but I couldn't see it? It was invisible. It was like an energy pressing on my body. And then shortly afterwards, I went into this very shortly afterwards. I went into this complete trance-like state in which I was experiencing bliss, extreme amount of bliss, cosmic consciousness. And it was so beautiful. The fifth intense mystical experience that I'm sharing with you in this video is that one day when I was listening to music, everything just slowed down. It was like being in a complete daydream. And I was looking at everything, and it was like I was feeling, I, I pierced the veil of illusion with this physical world, this physical realm. I was piercing the veil of illusion, and I was seeing that everything was just not real. It was just a fantasy. That's all it was. I was just dreaming this whole thing up, and this is not reality. I was piercing the veil of illusion, so to say, and I was experiencing that for a short period of time, and then the sixth intense mystical experience is that one night while talking to someone outside the building where I was living in, I was sitting down talking to someone. I we were having a nice conversation, and then I I went into a trance-like state. It was like I opened up my crown chakra intensely, and I was feeling energy flowing throughout my top of my head, flowing outwards out in space. I was in complete rapture. I was in complete awe, and I was just like in a trance-like state completely, and I was experiencing bliss and cosmic consciousness, and I was listening to what the other person was saying, but I couldn't respond. I was like I was completely out of it, and I was wanting to experience it, and the other person after a while got frustrated and says, "You're not even listening to me." You know, she got really upset with me because I wasn't paying attention to what she was saying. I was completely out of it. I didn't really want to talk anymore. So you know that was another that was another experience I had, intense mystical experience. Uh, Seventh intense mystical experience I had in this lifetime was one night when I was on a beach with my ex-wife in Mexico. I was uh, I was laying on my stomach on the beach, and I was half asleep. All of a sudden, my ex-wife pushed me. She said, "Honey, look, look." So I got up. I turned around and I looked up to the sky and I saw these invisible, like transparent objects. There was uh, there was a few of them, several of them, transparent objects flying, circular objects flying, and they're traversing the sky above very quickly, and I'm like, I'm looking at them, and I'm looking on the ground. I'm seeing if there's any light coming from the ground or whatever. But there was no light coming from the ground, and they were moving very quickly throughout space, throughout above us. That I looked at them and I was like, I was in a real eerie. It was really an eerie feeling, and I was looking and they kept moving until they disappeared, and within a matter of a few seconds, they covered an immense amount of space, and they were moving very quickly. And I was wondering if those were UFOs. I'm pretty sure they were. You know, it was just a real eerie feeling that I had. And the last intense mystical experiences I had was on numerous occasions I had experienced heavenly paradise in our midst. I tuned into heaven upon earth. I was in a heavenly state. This happened on numerous occasions, from one extent to another, and sometimes they were very intense. So I experienced heaven upon this earth, and it was just such a beautiful feeling. It was a wonderful experience to have. That heaven, it is true that heaven is right in our midst, but many of us don't see it. We don't perceive it. Heaven is right here, right now. Well, as I already mentioned, I had lesser mystical experiences. You know, and some maybe I guess some I can't. Some of the other intense mystical experience I had, I can't recall at this moment in time. But that was enough. That was enough what I just shared with you. Well, if you would like to spiritually develop and create an extraordinary life for yourself, you can receive information by purchasing my book, How to Create an Extraordinary Life for Yourself. This book will guide you to doing this. If you follow the guidelines that are in this book, there should be no reason why you can't create an extraordinary life for yourself. And of course, spiritually develop too. So I strongly suggest to you to purchase this book. This book contains an immense amount of vital information, and has numerous it has numerous topics with brief explanations, and also has numerous actual hands-on techniques that can easily be practiced, and whatever else is in this book. This book is of immense value. It's invaluable. If you are interested in purchasing this book, all that you need to do is visit barnesandnoble.com or amazon.com. Type in the title, How to Create an Extraordinary Life for Yourself. Press enter naturally, and this book should appear. I strongly suggest to you to purchase this book. Well, have you had any intense mystical experiences in your lifetime that go beyond the normal range of normal scope of life outside of our physical existence, dealing with the invisible world more so? That'd be great. If you would like to share them in the comment section, that'd be fantastic. I'm sure that we all had mystical experiences in our life, intense mystical experiences in our life, many of us anyway. Well, that is all that I wish to share with you in this video. I am hopeful that this video serves you well. I wish you all the best in life. Have a great day.